Presha Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Privatan Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridintasya Bhadani Vidhunat Sritatan Krishna Swanamopagati Dharma Gyanvisha Kavanasturi Shamasha Puranarkanda Mahakrishna Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 10, the new chapter. The title of the chapter is The Discussion Between Jadabharata and Maharaj Rahugana. So we work today with the verse 1 and 2. The metric not is the regular metric, but I divide it in this way, and I will try sing alone. Shuka Uvacha Atasindu Savira Patera Huganasya Brajata Inkrumatyas, the name of the river, Patik Takikula Patna Shibikavaha Purushan Vishana Samaye Davenupasadita Sadrijavara Upalabdha Esha Piva Yuva Sanhananangogo Karvat Dhuran Bodhum Malam Miti Purva Vishti Grihita Isaha Grihita Prasavan Matad Aha Uvaha Shibikan Samaha Ubhavaha. So this is the Sanskrit. Let's go repeat together, word by word. Shushuka Vacha. Shukadeva Goswami continued to speak.
Shukadeva Goswami continued to speak.
Ata
Das
Sindhu Savira Pate of the ruler of the states known as Sindhu and Savira.
Of the ruler of the states known as Sindhu and Savira.
Rahuganasya, the king known as Rahugana.
The king known as Rahugana.
Vrajataha, while going to the ashram of Kapila.
While going to the ashram of Kapila.
Kapila ashram. Ikshumatya Tate, on the bank of the river known as Ikshumati.
On the bank of the river known as Ikshumati.
Tatkula Pattina, by the leader of the palanquin carriers.
By the leader of the palanquin carriers.
Okay. Shibikavaha, to become a carrier of the palanquin.
To become a carrier of the palanquin.
Purusha Anveshana Samaye, at the time of searching for a man.
At the time of searching for a man.
Daivena, by chance.
Upasaditaha,
that year. Saha, that. Dvijavaraha, Jadabharata, the son of Brahmana.
Jadabharata, the son of Brahmana.
A real Brahmana. Upalabdaha, obtained. Eshaha, this man. Piva, very strong and stout. Yuva, young. Yovana. Samhanana Angaha, having very firm limbs. Yeah, very strong parts. Go Karavat, like a cow or an ass. Yeah. Duran, load. Bodhum, to carry. Alan, able. Iti, the thinking. Purva Vrishti, others who were formerly forced to do the task. With Grihitaha, being taken. Prasabham, by force. Atat arha, not fit for carrying the palanquin.
Although not fit for carrying the palanquin.
Vaha,
Vaha,
carried.
carried.
She became
She
the
become
palanquin.
the palanquin.
Saha,
Saha,
he. Maha Anubhavaha,
Mahanubhavaha,
great soul.
great soul.
Okay. Translation from Sanskrit to English is like this, made by His Divine Grace Vajrayana Mahakrishna Sri Prabhupada Ki. Shukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, after this king Rahugana, ruler of the states known as Sindhu and Sauvira, was going to Kapilashram, when the king's chief palanquin carriers reached the banks of the river Ikshumati, they needed another carrier. Therefore, they began searching for someone, and by chance they came upon Jadabharata. Yeah, because he's very strong, yes. Generally, the Brahmanas not are very strong. Yes. Generally, the Kshatriyas like Arjuna is very strong, very arms. But they consider the fact that Jadabharata was very young and strong and had firm limbs like cows and asses. He was quick to carry loads. Thinking in this way, although the great soul Jadabharata was unfit for such work, yeah, they nonetheless unhesitatingly forced him to carry the palanquin. So this verse don't have a purport, because this will read the next verse, verse 2, on this new chapter. Okay, not much correct. Yes. The last chapter was amazing. Okay, verse 2, the Sanskrit matter is like this, because this I will read directly the English. The palanquin, however, was very erratically carried by Jadabharata due to his sense of non-violence. As he stepped forward, he checked before him every 2 feet to see whether he was about to step on ants. Yeah, poor ants. Consequently, he could not keep pace with the other carriers. Due to this, the palanquin was shaking, and King Rahugana immediately asked the carriers, why are you carrying this palanquin unevenly? Better carry it properly. Purport. Although Jadabharata was forced to carry the palanquin, he did not give up his sympathetic feelings toward the poor ants passing on the road. A devotee of the Lord does not forget his devotional service and other favorable activities, even when he is in a most distressful condition. Jadabharata was a qualified Brahmana, highly elevated in spiritual knowledge, yet he was forced to carry the palanquin. He did not mind this, but while walking on the road, he could not forget his duty to avoid killing even an ant. A Vaishnava is never envious or unnecessarily violent. There are many ants on the path, but Jadabharata took care by looking ahead 2 feet. When the ants were no longer in his way, he would place his foot on the ground. Vaishnava is always very kind at the heart to all living entities. In his Sankhya Yoga, Lord Kapiladeva explains Surida Sarvadehinam. Living entities assume different bodily forms. Those who are not Vaishnavas consider only human society worthy of their sympathy, the concept of a praja. But Krishna claims to be the supreme father of all life forms. Consequently, The Vaishnavas takes care not to annihilate ultimately or unnecessarily in life form. All divinities have to fulfill a certain duration for being engaged in a particular type of natural body. They have to finish the duration allotted a particular body before being promoted or involved to another body. Killing an animal or an other living being simply places an impediment in the way of his completing his term of imprisonment in a certain body. One should therefore not kill bodies for unsense gratification, for this will implicate one in sinful activity. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-umilitanjana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Staptanjana Bhuttare Swayarupakaramaham Dadat Svapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhuttare Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitmane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Nishatane Vancha Kalpatatischa Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavalibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Dvaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Good morning to everyone. Thanks for coming to Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we are begin a new chapter, a very new important chapter, because the Jnana with Bhakti on this history of Jadabharata and Bharata Maharaj will apply in this chapter, in this context, in the conversation with Jadabharata and Rahugana Maharaj. In the end, they have a big glorification of Vaishnava, especially about the Vaishnava Parada. So, Prabhupada give summaries of these chapters, and I will take advantage to show to you the chapter summary of this 10th chapter. In this chapter, Bharata Maharaj, now Jadabharata, was successfully accepted by King Rahugana, ruler of the states known as Sindhu in Saubira. The king forced Jadabharata to carry his palanquin and chastised him because he did not carry it properly. A care of King Rahugana's palanquin is needed, and to fulfill this need, the chief carriers found Jadabharata as the most likely person to do the work. He was therefore forced to carry the palanquin. Jadabharata, however, did not protest. He was a very silent, very submissive person, because he don't have false ego. He did not protest this proud order, but humble accepted the job and carried the palanquin. While carrying it, however, he was very careful to see that he did not step on an ant. And whenever he saw one, would stop until the ant had passed. Because of this, he could not keep pace with the other carriers. The king, within the palanquin, became very disturbed and chastised Jadabharata with the filthy language. But Jadabharata, being completely freed from the bodily conception, did not protest. He proceeded carrying the palanquin. When he continued as before, the king threatened him with the punishment, and being threatened by the king, Jadabharata began to talk. He protested against the filthy language, dirty mouth of King Rahugana, used by the king when the king chastised him, and the king, hearing the instructions of Jadabharata, was awakening to his real knowledge. When he came his consciousness, he understood that he had offended a great, learned, and saintly person. At the time, he very humble and respectful prayed to Jadabharata. He now wanted to understand the deep meaning of the philosophical words used by Jadabharata. And with great sincerity, he begged his pardon. He admitted that if one offends the Lord's spirit of a pure devotee, he is certainly punished by the trident of Lord Shiva. Come on. Okay, I bring in the translation by Vishnu Thakur also. This is for the both verses 1 and 2. While the king of Sindhu and Saurabhudra was traveling on the bank of the Shumati river and the leader of his palanquin bearers was searching for extra bear, by chance they came upon Bharata, best of the Brahmins, who had arrived there. He was well nourished, young and strong like a bull or donkey. Thinking that he was suitable to carry the load, they forcibly engaged the great devotee along with the other carriers who were also engaged by force. The great devotee, not proper for such a job, carried the palanquin of the king. When the movement of the bearers became desired, because Bharat moved only after looking 3 feet ahead, the king realized that the palanquin was moving irregularly. He spoke on the man carrying the palanquin. All carriers, walk correctly. Why is the palanquin moving unevenly? Okay, Vishnu Thakur give in all the chapters a summary of the chapter, but it's very short. The 10th chapter describes how King Rahugana understanding that the full words he used to describe the care of the palanquin were not suitable for a great sage, got down from the palanquin and praised Bharata. So, take advantage that Guru Purnima was 2 days ago. I bring you only 2 verses for you from Prabhupada Saraswati, the sannyas, the uncle Prabhupada Saraswati, the uncle of Gopal Bhatta Goswami, brother of Venkatabhatta, the great Brahmanas from Sriranganath, and he converted to Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and he was a great devotee of Lord Caitanya, Prabhupada Saraswati, and he wrote a book, a masterpiece called Chaitanya Chandramrita, and I will read the verses 5 and 6 of the introduction for you. For those who have attained the merciful sidelong glance of Lord Gaura, impersonal liberation becomes palatable as going to hell. The heavenly seats of the demigods become as real as flowers imagined to float in the sky. The poisonous fangs of the untamable black snakes of the senses become broken. The whole world becomes full of joy, and Brahma, Indra, and all the great demigods become like tiny insects. Let us glorify that Lord Gaura.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna. This is a wonderful house. What benefit did the world attain when Lord known? Oh, I heard that the Tamils don't heard this verse, especially the Brahmacharya. What benefit did the world attain when Lord Rama, Lord Nrsimha, and many other incarnations of Godhead killed so many Rakshasas and died to demons? How important is it that Lord Kapila and other incarnations revealed the paths of Sankhya and Yoga? How glorious is that Lord Brahma and other Guna avatars create, maintain, and destroy the material universe? How auspicious is it that Lord Varaha lifted the earth from the Black Ocean. We do not consider any of these activities to be very important. The most important thing is that Lord Caitanya has revealed the great splendor of pure love of Krishna. Let us glorify that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and given to us access to Goloka Vrindavana in the mode of the Krishna Prema in the mood of Vatsalya in Madhura Rasa. Before Lord Chaitanya, nobody reviews Goloka Dhamma in this mood, in so deep mood. But by mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we can get access to Goloka Vrindavana in this mood of Madhura Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, and Sakya Rasa also. Yeah, we can be a friend of the Lord, we can be a relative, parent of the Lord, we can be the lover of the Lord. This is very, very, very secret, this is very, very intimate. But the Lord Chaitanya revealed for the world, give access for us to this so cream of the cream. So this is me. Do you think this Bharata is a great fool for hiding his personality? In fact, he is the most magnanimous and merciful of all personalities. So one of the great characters, of the great qualities of the devotees, remember that in Chaitanya Charitamrita was described 26 qualities of devotees. So in our consciousness, these good qualities, these virtues developed. These are symptomatic. And Kapila Deva in the Kapila Shikshan Bhagavatam make a summary of these qualities of a pure devotee. Dikshava Karanika Surida Sarvadehinam Ajata Shatava Shanta Sadava Sadhu Bhushanaha. So this is very, very important because Arjuna did this question in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and this is very, very important. How is the behavior of a saintly person? How can I identify a saintly person? If I go to the street, we can find the saintly persons. No, this is very hard. In Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad in the Vedas give the symptoms, the qualifications for us identify and follow these persons, take instructions of these persons. So this is very, very important. This is a very, very treasure. The symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, karnika, and friendly to all living entities. Yes, the devotee is a friend of all. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. He has no enemies. He is peaceful. He abides by the scriptures. Abides a bit. And all his characteristics are sublime. When I heard this last line, all his characteristics are sublime, I always remember of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, very, very sublime characteristics. And one characteristic of devotee, of sadhu, is paradukha dukhi. Para, beyond, dukha dukhi. Personally, the devotee don't have a suffering problems in his life. But if he has one suffering, one worry, why the world suffer? Because his compassion is unlimited, is so big, he try solve this problem. Why persons are suffering? Yes, the compassion of the devotee so big. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate. So this is a characteristic of Krishna that Krishna shared with his devotees, yes, like the Guru, yes. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu. The Guru is an ocean of the merciful, ocean of compassion. So this is the main qualification, one of the main qualifications of pure devotee, the sadhu. And this qualification is very, very, very important for the whole world. Basically, this will be the theme, the subject of this presentation that I will do. So, do you know, yes? What is one of my favorite acharyas? Osho. No, Shantikar. And the sadhu is so important, because by sadhu we understand how the thing is working. For example, if you have this TV, you have a manual of instruction to understand how working the TV. Same thing, similarly, by the sadhus, we can understand how the world is working, and by only this, by the mercy of the sadhu, by the mercy of the bhaktas, we can understand the details of the scriptures. Opposite this, nobody can reveal the deep full meaning of the scriptures. Only by the mercy of the sadhus we can understand properly the scriptures, the Vedas. So this is so amazing, because if the merciful, the compassion is the great characteristic of the devotees, so Shantikar Thakur will give a spotlight on this in Bharata Maharaj pastimes. Bharata gave mercy to his brothers, remember previous chapters, and neighbors who maintained his with rice and oil cakes, even though they were materialists filled with Rajaguna, by letting them see his form for a considerable period of time. He also gave mercy to the leader of the thieves, the Dacoitas, even though he was in deep tamaguna, attached to sinful activities, and had beaten Bharata. Because he arranged for thieves' liberation in the next life, because he saw himself, the Kali, the Bhadrakali, directly, and he gave mercy to King Rahugana, who was in Sattva-guna, being again instructions, philosophical instructions, even though the king made him carry the palanquin through the manifestation of Rajaguna suited to the position of a king. Because the king did not show Rajas or Tamas and show Sattva, Bharata revealed Bhakti and Jnana to the king. He did not reveal this to his brothers or the thieves, the Dacoits. The story begins in order to reveal this. It showed to be explained that though as Paramahansa, one should see everything equally. Mercy manifests from one begins a great devotee. Some say the story is told to explain how. By the mercy of the Lord, Bharata's own Bhakti, Jnana, and Vairagya were multiplied 100 times. So this was purport of Shantikar Thakur to verse 1 of this chapter 10. This was magnanimous Bharata. So the verse 1 begins explaining what place of the King Rahugana rulers. So he was the Sindhu. Yes, here's the Sindhu. Salvira is around this place. They are in the river Ikshumati. I not found it, but I think that is around here, because they are going to the Kapila Ashram, and Kapila Ashram is here in the Ganga Sagar. Ganga Sagar is the confluence about Ganga and ocean. Here is the place of Ganga Sagar. So this is the place, the tribe of Lord Rahugana, And probably they found Jadabrata around here.
We don't see.
What? You not see?
Like you were mentioning around here and here and.
Yeah. Okay, I will try again. Here. Aha. Now you see. Sindhu, Salvira. Here we have Jagannath Puri. Here is Kolkata. Mayapur is around here. And I suppose the river Shrimati is around here that found Jalabrata, and they will go to here, Kapilashram, that is Gangasagar, I suppose also. Because Gangasagar is the confluence of Ganges and ocean, and Kapila Deva stay a long time out here after preaching to his mother, Devotee. Now you see? So we have a similarity, remember, with the history of Jadabharata and the history of Narada Muni and regarding the hunter. Remember the hunter kill animals, not kill, send the arrows and not kill the animals they suffer, very, very suffer. But after the meeting with Narada Muni, pure devotee, accepted his guru, your consciousness development so that the ants, look here, I will show to you again. Here, amen. Look here, the ants. He not step on the ants. Before he killed animals, but now, after the mercy of the Guru, after the mercy of Krishna, he don't kill ants. It's fantastic, this is amazing. Jadabharata had the same level of consciousness as the hunter Mrigari due to the potency of bhakti, just like the hunter who had met Narada Muni, who had the previous shot arrows at animals and left them suffering. But now, when he went to met his spiritual master, he did not even step on ants on the ground. Cannot. So this is a joke, yes. Like Jadabharata stay attached to the deer, he hoped that Jadabharata not attached to the ants. No, this will not happen again. It will not happen more. Stay quiet. You're a joker. Ahimsa. Ahimsa means not arresting to progress life of any living entity. One should not think that since the spirit spark is never killed, even after the killing of the body, there is no harm in killing animals for sense gratification. People are now addicted to eating animals in spite of having an ample supply of grains, fruits, and milk. Yeah, I think it's very strong. There is no necessity for animal killing. This injunction is for everyone. When there is no alternative, one may kill an animal, but should be offered in sacrifice. It's the previous ages, in total different context. At any rate, when there is an ample food supply for humanity, persons who are desiring to make advancement in spiritual realization should not commit violence to animals. Real ahimsa means not checking anyone's progressive life. The animals are also make progress in their evolutionary life by transmigrating from one category of animal life to another. If a particular animal, same argument of Prabhupada in the verse of Jadabharata. If a particular animal is killed, his progress is checked. If animal is staying in a particular body for so many days or so many years and is ultimately killed, then he has to come back again in that form of life to complete the remaining days in order to be promoted to another species of life. So their progress showed not check the simple satisfies one, but this is called ahimsa. This is a very, very eloquent definition of Prabhupada by ahimsa. That is one part of compassion. So I want to end the presentation speak by compassion. So my Guru Maharaj, Rajapataka Swami, travel around the world speaking about compassion with a Buddhist example. Guru Maharaj in the university previous met with devotees with Prabhupada. He studied, he was interested in Buddhism, and the concept of compassion of Buddhism is so wonderful, so nice. I will try to show to you this. Yeah, today I think I moved to see. Show. No, Krishna. Let me try. Then stuck before these things. I'm very bad with technology.
Oh.
Okay. It's okay.
Me too. I showed it on first thing.
What? Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Yes. So this is a track of a movie from Bernardo Bertolucci. It's a classic. The title of the movie is The Little Buddha, and tells the history of the Buddha. It's a very amazing movie, and this is a track about compassion. How Lord Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, developed his compassion. Is it Keanu Reeves? Volume here. No, here you're not seeing. Yes. This is India 2,600 years ago. So, when Siddhartha Gautama born, have a previous oracle that he will be a great saint. So the father of Siddhartha Gautama had fear of this. The father wants that the son be a ruler, be a king. So with fear, the father locked the Siddhartha Gautama inside of the palace. And Siddhartha Gautama never was see disease, death, all these things. And so now Siddhartha Gautama, as first time going out of the palace, and a great experience. It will touch your heart. very strong.
Death is the moment of separation, which comes to every person in every family. When a body goes cold and stiff like wood, it has to be moved like wood.
It was on this day, from this fire, with these people, that Siddhartha learned about suffering and discovered compassion.
Mhm.
They were him, and he was them.
So this teaching is wonderful. From the suffering, Siddhartha Gautama discover your destiny to your fate. That is feel compassion for the whole world. This is emblem. This is meaning of the centered person. But nobody apply so nice, so good the compassion like Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada bring the great treasure that can finish all the suffering of the peoples, destroy the samsara chakra, and give true love for God, for everyone. This is the compassion of more higher position, that the compassion of Srila Prabhupada by the whole world. So we finish here. If one have a comment to shine lecture.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for your lecture. Yeah, I find it Hare Krishna. Yeah, I find it very beautiful that you showed these scenes of suffering also, and as you mentioned, of course, and Prabhupada mentions also, actually pure real compassion is not if we save the body, but save the
So,
living entities
who I am?
from all sufferings. And it is described how Bharat Maharaj was actually the most exalted, but I was wondering sometimes why he was not sharing this knowledge that he had, and only to the king. Because he could have shared it to so many other people.
Yeah, good question. It's important to clarify this. How is the ninth instruction about holy name offense?
To instruct the faithless person about the horrors.
Yes, on mic.
To instruct the the fakest person, about the glories of the holy names of the Lord.
So, based on this line that came from Padma Purana, we understand that how the consciousness of Bharata Maharaj is great. Because he, in Portuguese we call it of bom senso. I think that in English is common sense. He have the expertise, he have the smart to preaching to each one according the level of the consciousness of each one person. Yeah? For the brothers that have it in passion mode, they only follow that things. This was the mercy. For the dacoits, for the thieves had the darshan, personally, directly darshan of Kali, Mother Kali, and they was punished very severe. This was the compassion to them, because this is the level of consciousness of them. But Rahugna, a king, a kshatriya, 2 times born, Vijay, yes, they have conscience, they have intelligence. So, because Rahugna has intelligence, while the brothers and the dacoits don't have intelligence, they are too much covered in passion and tamas. But Rahugna have a little of sattva guna. Bharata Maharaj, Jata Bharata identify this qualification of Rahugna, because this he can preaching for Rahugna. Rahugna will have the capacity to absorb and to understand the preaching of them, because this is very clear in Vishnu Thakur, because he is in Saptaguna, he can explain about Bhakti and Jnana. So, this merciful to Rahugna. So, some things sometimes are very smart, very experienced person that came with us. We can give the mercy of the preaching, the philosophy today. But many peoples in this world actually are in Rajas and Tamas. But Lord Chaitanya is very smart and very magnanimous. What kind Lord Chaitanya did for his peoples? Kirtan, and especially Prasada. We go to the streets, do Harinama. Today we go to Basan. When we chant on the streets, these peoples, the pious peoples, acquire Agyata Sukriti. They acquire pious to next life, maybe in this life, became a devotee, have appreciation by the philosophy, by the mantra. Yes. But the peoples that are too much covered in ignorance, these peoples totally in the tongue, in the palate conception, they are attacked by prasada. And by the mercies of prasada, prasada literally means mercy, they can born in the human form of life in the next life, or maybe if they have a good association in the next life, become devotees. But peoples are in different levels of consciousness. So the tract, the relationship with each one is different. Because this, our philosophy, Rupa Goswami explained in Parashamita have peoples in, have devotees, Karnistas, Uttama, Madhyama. For different levels of peoples in society, we have a different kind of relation. Yes? This is very clear by Shankara Thakur, this art of preaching, the art of relation, the relation with others, because the peoples are in different levels, and they cannot absorb it all properly. Make sense?
Yes, thank you so much. May I allow a small comment that was just coming to my mind? It just shows how, like you were showing this verse of Chaitanya, glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all the other avatars are actually not so doing so much. So yeah, we just don't realize how much mercy Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving to us, like casteless people. And then Srila Prabhupada, he was even going to the lowest, and that's why we are here now. And this wasn't this is not the normal way.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
so much mercy. You cannot get
Yeah, this is a great meditation about Chaitanya, the importance of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is an incarnation of Radha and Krishna. Especially Lord Chaitanya has the bhava, the mood, the feelings, the emotions of Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani is Karuna Mai. He gave you so merciful, he's so compassionate. Srimati Radharani Srimati Radharani is so merciful, that one time she saved a jackal. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki.
Yeah. Can I just to this question? I think one thing which helps to understand is Prabhupada explains there's two kinds of devotees, Bhajananandi and Goshtianandi.
Yes.
And both of them, they are pure devotees.
Yes.
But one is just due to Krishna's desire is focusing on bhajan, and one is focusing on preaching. But both of them, they're bona fide devotees of the Lord, just different mood and focus.
Yeah.
Once they ask Bhaktisiddhanta why Gorkishore Das Babaji not preaching, kind of in a criticizing mood. And Bhaktisiddhanta said something to the extent that the Gorkishore Das Babaji is like the battery. His sadhana is like the battery which is keeping the preaching going. Something you don't see, but in the background it's giving the energy. Basically saying that this is also necessary, that kind of devotees with bhajan.
Only for a pure devotee, this is preaching, yes. And if Gorkishore Babaji had a more introspective mood, but devotees in the front of line of preaching, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and after Srila Prabhupada, there is a great inspiration because they are very pure of Lord, yes. Or you are in the front line of preaching, you can go to Harinama, go distribution books. Or you are in temple cooking, worshiping deities. But all this is the sanction movement. All this is saying, all this is to benefit into the same Lord, to bring the holy name before the Lord, the remedy for this difficult age of God. Thank you so much. The battle of the sanction movement, the importance of correction. Sometimes devotees conceal, cover your glories. Yes? Devotees in front of life need spring shine, spring. But sometimes some devotees, by deep humility mood, not in the one that don't have, but by deep humility mood, they cover their glories. Mahakrishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Go Brahmanandi.
Hari Bo. Mahakrishna Prabhu ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
So 10:20 is the departure to Basel. if we can get like 1/2 meter by 1 meter and put in the ground, this will help a lot because the deterioration of the ground is accelerated.
Yes. Okay.
This material is perfect. It's only, but how we had it in the Pujari before. I don't know if you remember having the sink into the ground. Material like this. Because of the water. Yeah, this is a lombada. Krishna, they gave access to Vaikuntha. Only Lord Chaitanya gave access to Goloka Vrindavan.
Why is Krishna not giving access to?
When you read the Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna said, Sarvadam Parichaja, Krishna Navaja, abandoning all kinds of religions, Dharma, Jnana, Yoga, etc., and surrender to me. Surrender to me. Because the access to Goloka Vrindavana is possible only in Raganuga Mukti. When you follow a devotee like Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai, Sudama, for you go to Raja, you need to develop the mood of Raja. Krishna gave instructions, and but not a review Goloka Vrindavana like Lord Chaitanya. Surrender to me. When you follow the rules and regulation of the Vedas by the sadhana bhakti, you have access to Vaikuntha. Only Lord Chaitanya, Madhavendra Puri, revealed this mood of Vatsalya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, and Madhurya Rasa. And this mood only is possible to develop Raganuga by following the steps of gradually